Welcome to The Ethical Stitch, where fashion meets integrity and style gets a conscience. I'm your host, Michelle Aline, fashion strategist, educator, and sustainability geek. Let's unravel what it really means to create, shop, and live ethically. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Ethical Stitch, where sustainability meets style and the change makers redefining the future of fashion get the mic. I'm your host, Michelle Aline, and I'm still riding really high from an extraordinary few days in Copenhagen for the Global Fashion Summit. That trip was a powerful reminder that fashion's future lies not just in what we wear, but how we create, consume, and care. Was so major. I will be dropping gems from there for a while. And today's guest is one of the most exciting voices shaping that vision. All right, everyone, let's step into the green room. Meet Moon Chang, designer, educator, and the visionary force behind the sustainable luxury label Moon Chang NY. Now let's get into it. I'm so excited, Moon. Welcome to The Ethical Stitch. We are so thrilled to have you here in the green room today. So let's begin where it all began. How are you?
Thank you so much, Michelle. That was an amazing introduction. It's my first podcast experience. I'm truly excited and I feel so lucky to know and meet you. We had amazing sustainability connections, and thank you again for inviting me today at Ethical Stage.
You're so very welcome. I'm so very honored to have you here. I love how you began your brand with Venus, not the pup. She's your muse and your mission. How did she inspire your brand?
Venus is my black French bulldog. He is turning 9 years old this week. He's a boy,
He's a
my
boy.
son. Yeah,
Okay.
Venus is a boy.
Apologies. I said she. I meant he.
So my brand Moon Chang and my ready-to-wear line Venus in Black was born with my love of my dog Venus. Venus is mostly received as a goddess of beauty. However, Venus is my muse, black male French bulldog. So my brand Moon Chang's brand aesthetic and philosophy illustrate Venus as the symbol of dualism. So beauty versus ugliness. And I brought my inspiration from dog and fashion culture in New York City by combining couture with street fashion and activewear, which is boundless and full of freedom by using only two color palettes, black and pink. So my brand is known for being a sustainable luxury brand, especially my ready-to-wear line named after my dog. Venus in Black is ready-to-wear and product-based with couture techniques and in-house recycled materials so that customer can mix and match with their furry dog friends.
Moon, that is such an outstanding story. Thank you for sharing that. Love hearing such a visionary talk about what they do, emotional, ethical, and fashion forward. I feel like it is Moon Chang NY is couture meets concrete. So what draws you to that intersection of softness and street? And how does it reflect the world you're designing for?
I want to share my brand system to explain how we got into sustainability and our brand system. So my brand Moonchang has two different lines. One is the couture line called Hybrid Beauty, mainly focusing on traditional couture using recycled materials with traditional couture fabrics. And the other line is Venus in Black line, which is lifestyle, contemporary line, ready-to-wear line, inspired by my couture collection. So we do women's wear and pet lines for your furry animal friends. So to do so, my dual aesthetic about beauty versus ugliness and in love with waste and ugliness, this evolves into the shapes, materiality, and fabrication to illustrate the dreamy but dark fairy tale of the society which reflects our life. And I wish to portray that every existence in this world has both softness and toughness, and this concept led me to develop the concept of hybrid couture, which is the mix of beautiful couture and functional street or sportswear. And stereotypically, couture has been received as uncomfortable garment or just for special occasions, and I wanted to challenge that couture can be functional and durable. And moreover, I use fashion as a treatment of mental health, using vulnerability and cuteness as a protective mechanism to fight against deadly stressful conditions in the current society. And I'm not a doctor or a therapist, I'm just a fashion designer, but I wanted to help people by using fashion as a tool. And the reason why I slowly jumped into sustainability was because I want to save and help people. Ironically, the environment fashion is truly harmful. I realized with love, which is fashion, I realized what I love, which is fashion, can hurt nature and humans ultimately, and it's not sustainable. And in the beginning, I believe the easiest way to be sustainable was choosing the right materials with durability, longevity, and of course aesthetic. So my brand, we're not just portraying environmental dimension of sustainability, but also the social and cultural dimension of sustainability. And this was my transition to jump into sustainability, and truly love and proud of myself being a sustainable designer to portray the beauty of it.
I'm gonna give you a round of applause. I love everything you said. I mean, that is the exciting part about this work.
Yeah.
You have a passion for this thing, fashion, and yeah, it's not the cleanest, it's not made the way it should be, but I love that you are tackling the issue and shifting and moving and making beautiful, wonderful product at the same time. That is living the dream. I'm ready to shop now. Now, you have do cute, do right, do serious. It's more than just a slogan, it's a sermon. How does this ethos guide everything from fabric to philosophy for you?
The very cute things that exist come with a sense of responsibility, and being cute is strong. And ironically, I want to use vulnerability and cuteness as the protective mechanism to fight against deadly stressful conditions in modern society. I believe vulnerability and cuteness are powerful, and use them as a protective mechanism by revealing them externally to the surface, because people mostly hide their vulnerability, and also instead of being cute they choose to be strong externally. However, revealing them is a big courage and empowerment, and I believe this has the power to shift the society. And to prove this ethos, my slogan and theory, I have done many researches from Darwin's evolution theory and reinterpreted them into the traditional couture techniques by combining streetwear and sportswear by using handmade flowers, ribbons, and ruffles to empower the concept of aesthetic functionality, as well as using from traditional fabric to innovative materials. So my designs seem cute and beautiful, but behind they are functional, durable, and empower the wearer. And of course, there are stereotypes of cuteness, but I want to say cuteness has the power to change the world, and we are very serious about it.
You're such a cognitive designer. I love the theory behind it and how you define and describe your concept of your couture. It's wonderful. I love that. Now again, I'm ready to shop. You've worked with powerhouses like Reebok, Nike, and Nassau. I'm really intrigued by the Nassau thing. What is it like bringing a sustainability first mindset into legacy spaces that aren't always built for it?
With NASA, I was doing the project to design the spacesuit for their space launch a few years ago. That was big experience because it's definitely designing for the wearer who are astronauts in the space where we've never been. It was very challenging, but it makes me very proud of when we are sourcing the materials and we comes up with the design. Also, we did a lot of interview with astronauts to understand how they live. So yeah, that was like very fun process. And yes, surprisingly, I have had career in sportswear, activewear, wearable technology, as well as Couture run a fashion brand. I've been fortunate to work with some amazing pioneering companies like Reebok, Nike, NASA. I mean, they have really different thoughts and design processes, not just design for beauty, but also they design for humans. This experience led me to think that the future or the harmony of tradition and innovation and innovative mindset ideas must be combined with traditional craftsmanship, design techniques, and the beauty of the hands to create timeless skills that can last forever. And putting values of craftsmanship with new innovation comes from individual concept and innovative mindset that can transcend the time and space. And with the value of innovation, sustainability comes as gift. So for example, by adding innovative material, we can extend longevity and durability, which can last longer, maybe forever. So that was the experience that I had when working with them.
Fantastic. I'm curious, what type of fabric, what were the fibers that you used for the NASA suits? I'm always intrigued by space and I do want to dress up like a space person but walk the streets.
Yeah.
What kind of textiles did you use?
And so when I was working with them, at that time it was around 2010-ish. So
Hmm.
at that time, we didn't have a lot of new materials. We didn't have many innovative materials. At that time, we source most of them are synthetic fibers, made fibers, spandex or nylon. Most of them are waterproof, dirt-proof because they cannot wash. Yeah, but if I have a chance to work with them again, definitely I have better options because we see a lot of development and innovation in textile right now.
True. True that. I mean, when I was in Copenhagen, I realized we don't need Lycra anymore. We have a new substitute. I'm so excited. I'll talk about that at another time, but I just had to throw that in there because you said Lycra. All right. One of my favorite things about you is that you rejected leather, fur, and toxic production from day one. How do you convince people that ethics can be luxurious and actually really cool?
So I always say the beauty of craftsmanship and hands are timeless skills on this earth. I want to share how I develop my fake fur and leather fabrications. So honestly, I extremely found the beauty of color and shade of black. And to do so, I'm in love with synthetic and man-made fibers to get the right color black. Aesthetically and functionally obsessed with them. However, many synthetic fabrics are
Thank
made.
you. I was nervous there. Okay, I'm sorry. However,
However, synthetic fabrics are made out of mix of chemical and the process are not environmentally friendly. It's very toxic. And therefore, I change all my synthetic to recycled materials with innovation. Either we use fiber from recycled polyester or polyester made of ocean waste. Particularly in particular, we put effort on care labels to educate our customers by providing all the information for durability and longevity of the clothes because few fabrics we are using are very fragile to heat and certain temperatures. Also, we use recycled nylon from discarded nylon-based materials like fishing net and fabric scraps by transforming waste into new nylon fabrics, and we create a fake leather out of it. And this has become my brand signature in-house handmade fabrication, which I developed during my master program at FIT. This being continued till now, it becomes our high performing styles. And also for the fake fur, we collected all the leftover threads from the factory and then weave into the new materials. It's a woven fabric, but it looks like a fake fur. So all of them can be wash free, water, and dirt proof materials so that you can wipe with wet clothes. And also we educate our customer about washing and care instruction, of course, care with love. And I always express love from the lifestyle of humans and animals by embracing fashion with sustainable creativity and craftsmanship and ownership.
Love it. Wow, you figured all of that out. I'm bowing to you now. That's amazing. I love it. Please, other designers out there, take note. It can be done. Wow, Moon is doing it.
It was a challenge. Yeah, it was a big challenge.
I'm sure.
Yeah, because I was obsessed with synthetic fiber so much, but it's not healthy, you know. I
Exactly.
have to find a solution because I cannot abandon my aesthetic and my, obsession in black. So I have to find a way out how to find the right balance between, and definitely I have to put priority on nature, environment for sure.
Now, your work is being sold exclusively by Zalando under sustainable luxury, and that is huge. What does that say about where fashion is finally headed?
So previously we used to sell at Isetan department store, Japan, the Worship Market, Macy's, Neiman Marcus, Schofields, and currently we are exclusively selling with Zalando Europe. We made exclusive contract under the luxury sustainable designer brand category. So especially the exclusive collaborations with Zalando lead my brand to be more serious about sustainable practices. And this exclusive collaboration was very helpful in terms of sustainability because we know the market and customers. So we do not end up having any leftover stocks. Everything becomes sold out and customers are very responsible and appreciate what they get. Also, we have to do chemical safety testings and have to provide sustainability certification as well. By combining both couture and ready-to-wear collection, we produce fully zero waste collection by upcycling all the fabric wastes from ready-to-wear production to couture lines. Clothing has no life as it doesn't breathe, but in the sense of mentality, I believe there's a life of fashion, and it's my responsibility to make aesthetic, emotional, and physical longevity for all the living things on this earth, especially my garments. Also, I put a lot of effort in customer education. So my Zalando customers are European, so I always do have a communication with them through email, or sometimes I host webinar. And that was about building the relationship with them. And as we are not just selling the garment, we are selling the whole experience of creativity and sustainability. And also, even though you can see many sustainable fabrics in the current market, but my brand suggests the new materials, in-house fabrication, as well as new design with new silhouettes. So my customers are also value those experiences, and we are all putting big efforts together to build the right Moon Chang community. And my customers always call themselves the Moon Chang gang because they are also participating in this sustainable journey to change the industry and world. Also saying my brand makes them beautiful but empowering in social and ethical ways. So I'm really happy to hear their feedback all the time.
Love that, Moon Chang Gang. So, what do you have any fresh, sustainable magic that you're cooking up these days? What are you looking forward to, or maybe what are you innovating at the moment that you could share with us without giving away too much?
Recently I launched a new collection called Hybrid Beauty Season 3.
Wow. Where do you find the time?
Currently I'm really focusing on that right now because I have to promote because it's recently I launched. So my brand has different system of creating seasonal collection. It's very similar to Netflix how they introduce each season. So instead of creating new season theme, we chose to continue the storyline under the same theme in terms of sustainability, but with distinctive concept from each season, showing the different stages of psychological, sustainable, and aesthetical perception. Previously, we had Hybrid Beauty 1 versus Ugliness, and we had Hybrid Beauty Season 2, which is Flashback, and the newest collection that I just launched was Hybrid Beauty 3 Responsibility Collections. So it's about sustainability and responsibility, and as I mentioned before, that every cute thing that exists comes with a sense of responsibility. And this collection was inspired by my sustainability initiation, which strikes from cutting excessive waste and promote sustainability, ethical business practices through circular design and production. And we discussed about this when we were talking about Zalando, but especially working with European retailers that really taught me to be more serious about sustainable practices. Yeah, so this season I reuse all my dead stock from my first hybrid beauty collection
Yes.
years ago. All those handmade hybrid prints of my dog, Venus face, and footprint mixing all together. And behind the scene of this dead stock, the fabric print factory tried to send 30 yards of fabric to the factory disposal site without notification to me.
No.
Yeah, because they consider a flaw due to misprinting due to color differences.
Yes.
So which was supposed to be warm black, but it turned out to be cool tone. It turned out to be cool black, so they might put a lot of blue there. Luckily, I saved all the misprinted fabrics, 30 yards of it, and I reused them for. I wanted to reuse them for the future, and that was this year, this moment. So through this collection, I wanted to criticize the current fashion industry. Even a small mistake often results in the entire fabric being
Yeah.
discarded.
Yes.
And I wanted to show there are no boundaries of beauty versus ugliness and right versus wrong. There is only responsibility for what we create. And to visualize the cuteness in responsibility, I put countless small elements like flowers and ribbons. All of cute elements were the fabric waste from previous season production that I've been collected for a long time, and they were converged as an oversized couture to express the responsibility and the weight and inner connection to bring butterfly effect. Endless small efforts will result in sustainable goal success. So that was what I've been working on recently, and I think I will keep continue doing this.
Yes, I love it. Shift the industry. That is, no waste. There's never any waste. Even if it's a mistake in the print, let's use it, not discard it like we have been doing. Yes, so good, so good. I just want to ask, if Venus could speak, what would he say about the brand that you've built together?
Venus is very talkative, actually. And he has a lot of opinions behind. But I always made jokes saying Venus is my big boss and creative director of Moon Chang NY, because he always spread love to people. And I really hope he says, Mom, you're doing great job. My brand, we're not just portraying the environmental dimension, sustainability, but as we discussed that we are into social and cultural dimension of sustainability. So yeah, my transition to jump into sustainability and thinking about designing for humans and animals, which I truly love and proud myself, and Venus might be proud of himself as well. Yeah, I mean, we truly seek sustainable and ethical approach to the design and production process. And the brand goal is to elevate environmental, human, and animal friendly lifestyle to work on enhancing animal rights and to abandon toxic and non recycled materials such as animal leather and fur. And I always want to say we promise to be sustainable, ethical, and beautiful brand which is born with the love of coexistence with human, animal, and nature. Again, we really wanted to create boundless beauty of the coexistence with human and animal and with human and nature. And again, I want to spread my slogan, do cute, do right, do serious, and Venus in black. So yeah, that's the conversation I always had with Venus. Believe it or
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love that tagline. All right. Well, so now before we zip up today's convo, it's time for a signature ethical stitch moment. The Stitch Mob MVP of the week. So, Moon, each episode we invite our guests to spotlight someone who's truly walking the walk and talking the talk in sustainable fashion. It could be a designer, it could be, I don't know, a supplier, it could be anyone behind the scenes, a game changer, anyone who's moving the needle and making this industry better. It's our way of building the tribe, giving props, and reminding everyone that sustainability is a team sport. So, Moon, who would be your Stitch Mob MVP of the week? Who's inspiring you right now with their creativity, their ethics, and their impact?
I would like to pick one designer who really inspired me a lot when I was a student at FIT. Was Zero Waste Daniel.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm for him.
yeah,
Awesome. Zero waste, Daniel. It is. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Because so he was the pioneer of sustainable fashion and also creating innovation and also using upcycling design strategies. So when I was a student, like he really inspired me a lot. Yeah, and I found the beauty of his garment. I mean, we have different aesthetic, but still the way how he does really inspire me. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. I would name him as well. He's reusing, I mean, he's getting the leftovers from the factories and turning it into beautiful products. So, yes, kudos. Thank you so much. So, I want to just give you major, major love. The deepest thanks to the incredible Moon Chang for stepping into our green room here at the Ethical Stitch and giving us a front row seat to what it truly means to design with soul, sustainability, and unapologetic purpose. Thank you so much. Moon, you're more than a designer. I feel like you're a movement. Everyone, you can follow her journey and her jaw dropping collections at Moon Chang NY. Trust me, your feed will thank you. If today's conversation sparked something in you, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, and share the Ethical Stitch. We're all on major and the indie ones too. So come on out, support us. This community deserves to be everywhere. We love getting stories out there like Moon's, even though she's out there, but we love hearing her story here and sharing it with our audience. And of course, follow us at The Ethical Stitch on Instagram to stay in the loop, meet more change makers, and join a movement that is as stylish as it is sustainable. Because sustainability isn't a trend, it's a revolution. Until next time, Stitch Mob, stay brave, stay bold, and always keep it stitched with intention. And Moon, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited for speaking to you, and I want to hang out with you, and I want to be a part of the Moon Chang gang.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I mean, thank you for creating space for voices like me. And Ethical Stitch is truly rare and important platform, and I'm truly grateful to be part of this conversation and so happy to share this moment with you and your listeners. I mean, with Moon Chang, we believe fashion should tell stories, not create waste. Thank you for ethically stitching a better future with us. So, thank you again.
I like that. Thanks so much. Thanks for tuning into The Ethical Stitch. If you loved this episode, share it, rate it, and tag me at Michelle Aline Official. The revolution in fashion starts with awareness, and you're already a part of it. Until next time, keep it ethical.